Now, Legal Brief with Bree, featuring attorneys from the Higgins firm with answers and advice on legal matters.
Joining me today on The Brief is attorney Jim Higgins, and today we're talking about lawsuits that deal specifically with chemical exposure. And unfortunately, Jim, this is another very serious topic here.
Yeah.
But if people and workers have been exposed to these chemicals, it can cause major health issues. So let's talk about that and some of the lawsuits that your office has seen.
Sure, and in this case, I'd go tell you about a specific one. It's called benzene, and it can cause different kinds of leukemia, acute myeloid leukemia, and where we've had it, and the lawsuits we've handled are where people work mainly in petroleum factories, rubber factories. We've had a guy that worked in a shoe factory, so it's around this specific chemical benzene. And to be honest, you're right. A lot of people will get these leukemia diagnoses. They've had this long time exposure to benzene, but they don't put the two together. It's not something that's just automatically realized that that's what has caused it. And the other thing is, you're so devastated to get a leukemia diagnosis like that, you just don't, the lawsuit is not the first thing that comes to your mind.
Sure, and I guess a lot of times they have warnings, about this when they first come to work, but unfortunately they're just not educated maybe enough on how harmful these chemicals are.
Oh, sure, we're bombarded with warnings, right? They're on everything we have, from your cell phone to your car, and so to sit there and read a chemical warning in some factory is probably not realistic. But in a lot of these cases, we've actually shown that they didn't have proper warnings for people. So what I would tell somebody, if they have a leukemia diagnosis, if they believe they may be around for long-term exposure to benzene, then contact us. And if you have one of these lawsuits, and if you win it, you can get help with your medical bills, lost wages, those type things.
Great. And if you would like to contact the Higgins Law Firm, you may do so by calling their phone number or logging on to tnjustice.com.